Hey everyone, I'm Advija Coastal Magnolia. One of my favorite things to make for my holiday art shows are these fun Christmas trees that I make on scrap pallet wood and fence boards using crushed glass, Mod Podge, and resin. So follow along with my video and watch how I do it. These are pieces of fence boards, fence pickets. They're old and they're weathered, and this is what I like to use because it just looks rustic and fun and antique and vintage. And these are from a fence project. I'm going to make 7 today. So you need a piece of board. You could use pallet wood. You can even use a canvas if you want, but I'm using wood. This is just what I like to make. So these are in various sizes. I'm going to make 5. I don't have enough room here. Okay, so you need some wood and you need to sand it and clean it. You need crushed glass, obviously. So you can't make a crushed glass Christmas tree without crushed glass. So I'm saving these green bottles probably for a year, wine bottles, ginger beer bottles, beer bottles. This is safety glass. This is tempered glass from a motorcycle windshield. That's really a really pretty color. I have white, kind of bluish white wine bottles that I've crushed. My favorite cobalt blue from my favorite wine that I drink, not frequently, occasionally. This is brand new. I haven't. Oh. You can also use Aleene's tacky glue, dries clear. Mod Podge dries clear. You could use tacky glue for sure. I put my Mod Podge in a squirt bottle because it is just, to me, it is just so much easier to manage. And I'm going to put it all the way. And then you need a straight edge, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I take a little scoop. I'm going to make a green one. And it just depends on how big you want your tree and how big your board is. But these are not big. So I'm just kind of putting it down on my board. I probably need a little bit more. You can always add more too. A little bit more. And then with your straight edge, ruler works good. This is a paint stick. So you just use your straight edge and shape your tree. There's a little piece of something. You just shape your tree. Just like that. It's that simple. And you can make it straight like this, or you can kind of leave the edges jagged. But I am going to leave it just like this. I like it. So let's do another one. I'll make another green one. This one has small bits. Make this one a little taller, I think. And a piece of paper. Sometimes I don't take the labels off, so I have little pieces of paper in there. And just use your straight edge. This one's got some pretty amber glass mixed in it. All right. That's it. We just made 2, just like that. And now we need to put the Mod Podge. And I have seen videos where people have taken the Mod Podge and mixed it with water. I don't like to do that because I think it weakens the adhesiveness of the Mod Podge. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say, you'll see this later in the video, I don't just use Mod Podge. I go back once the Mod Podge is dry and I add a top coat of resin. And the resin just makes it stick better. It makes it last longer. And then I feel a lot more confident selling this to somebody. It's going to last a little bit longer. So I'm just going to take my squirt bottle and make sure my tip is, don't do this. Okay. And I'm just going to put, oh man, I got a booger in it. And then just take your Mod Podge and very, wouldn't say liberal, but you want to have enough on there that it's going to, the glass is going to stick together. Holy cow. What is going on? Something's boogering it up. So you want to put enough on there that the Mod Podge will flow between the glass pieces and make them stick together. Oh my word, what is going on with this tip? Oh, there it goes. All right. And this is just the first coat. I'm coming back with resin, all right? Let me show you another way. So I have my trusty, crusty bowl that I've used a lot for mixing stuff. I'm gonna make a blue one. This has already got some blue bits in it. And I'm gonna mix it with sand. This is my chunky sand that I get from my beach. And I'm just gonna probably put, it's probably equal to about a good handful, all right? So this is my chunky sand, and then my blue glass, 1 scoop, and probably, I say, 1.5 scoops. All right. Then I'm gonna take this big chunk out. That's big. Make sure I don't have any bits of paper. Ooh, there's a piece of green. Oh, I need a stick. Let me get a stick. Big fat popsicle stick. And then you're gonna put the Mod Podge inside the bowl. Ooh, what is that? Okay. I'm just gonna put a good squirt. Okay. And then mix it up until it's good and wet. You see it's nice and mixed up. It's probably going to work a little bit better than this, honestly. But again, once this is dry, I'm going to go back with a top coat of resin just for durability and shine. It's beautiful. So now just put it down on your surface. And I'm going to use my stick to kind of spread it and shape it. I think I want to make, I was thinking like just sort of rounded. Maybe. And just shape it. But I'm going to do a rounded bottom. Just like that. Got a little bit left. Okay, and now we're going to let that dry. This method works really, really well. But I am going to put a top coat of resin to give it that shine and give it that durability. All right, I mixed up a little bit too much of the blue, so why don't we make another blue one? Or I could add some of this one. That'd be pretty. So let me add a little bit more sand. Add some of this one. So, all right, I'm going to add probably, what the heck? We'll add a whole scoop. All right, and let's just stir and see how much I have. Let me add a little bit of Mod Podge. If I were to guess how much Mod Podge I'm using right now, it's probably less than 1/4 cup per Christmas tree. All right, I'm just going to dump this all out. Oh, this one's going to be pretty. So then just take your and kind of smush it down, kind of pack it in, you know, doesn't really need it. And then just shape it like you want. I think I'm going to make it. Okay. Now we are going to let this dry. So all these are going to dry, and then we're going to come back with the resin. And I want to make one more. I'm going to make something fun. Don't always have to make a Christmas tree. I'm going to make a palm tree. I've been dying to use this for something, and I think this will make a perfect trunk for my palm tree. I'm going to use UV resin to glue this down because I think that would be a little bit better. I'm going to mix up some green. There's a whole scoop. Just the green. My Mod Podge, probably, you know, again, just enough. It's probably not even a quarter cup. So I'm going to make my palm fronds out of this crushed glass and just kind of make it, it's going to be more sideways rather than, you know, like a big canopy. But so I'm going to put a little bit down and then use my stick to guide the palm frond where I want it to go. Okay. Do one more. Like it's blowing in a hurricane. Okay. Believe it or not, the glass is not really very sharp. It doesn't have really sharp edges. I'm being very careful, and you don't want to drop it on the floor and not pick it up because you will cut yourself. I have learned from experience on that. Feeling like that one needs to be, maybe I'll do this one that way. Okay. One more. But as far as having sharp edges, I was really surprised that it wasn't as dangerous as I thought. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and handle it, but I was surprised. Okay. And I'm going to let that dry and then come back. Then I thought, well, I've had so much fun. I'm already dirty. I'm already sweaty. Why not make just a few more or a dozen more? Yeah. Why not? And then I can add resin to them all at once. See, I'm saving time. Because it's just easier. I only have my next show. Okay, I'm using KSRESIN liquid stone. This is going to give me a longer working time. I'm not using liquidy split because I'm doing so many pieces at once to save time. So the ones that I drizzled the Mod Podge on, I think there was only a couple. They're firm. Like well, I mean, a couple pieces did fall off. They're okay. The ones that I mixed the Mod Podge in with the glass and then I put it on the wood, these are really secure. I'm very, very happy. If you were going to do this as a DIY for yourself, you probably could get away with not adding resin, but I'm adding resin because I'm selling these and I want to be 100% sure that they're going to stay put. So 100 milliliters may not be enough, but I'm going to use what I have. And I think I'm just going to take my stick and drizzle it like this. I probably have not mixed enough, but I'm just going to kind of be very generous. And that resin will drip down and it's going to get in between all the pieces of glass and it's really going to make it stick together. It's going to give an extra shine to, see, that one's loose, so I'm going to put a little bit more on that one. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my stomach, but my stomach's growling. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the pieces that I know I drizzled, this one definitely, and just add a little bit more to those because I think they need a little bit more help than the ones where I mixed the Mod Podge with the glass before putting it on. Ooh, that was a big piece. And just to make sure. I'm not taking these all to my first show. I'm probably going to take a little bit. I might take 4. I'm going to take all of the palm trees and then a couple, probably 4 of the Christmas trees, because this is a fall show. Just dripped on the floor. This is a fall show. I have some pumpkins that I've painted that I'm going to take. My sunburst. This is not so much of a holiday show. Now, my next show in October, I have 2 shows in October. Right at the beginning of October, and then one in the middle of October. The one in the middle of October is in Cocoa Village, Florida, and I always do really well with Christmas ornaments there and more Christmas type things. So I do plan on taking probably the rest of them. And then I have a holiday show middle of November in Vero Beach, and that one will be, definitely need to make more of these for that one. But the first one at the beginning of October, not so heavy on the Christmas stuff as the other ones will be. And then I have at the beginning of December the Cocoa Village Holiday Market. Oh, these are so pretty. These white ones are so pretty. Yeah, I'm definitely, probably one more. I'm gonna have to mix up some more. I don't know if I have enough of that liquid stone. I might have to use my liquidy split, which is fine. I mean, it works just as well. And I probably could have used it on Probably could have mixed it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 100 milliliters. So I always factor in cost of materials when I'm pricing things at art and craft shows. So I'm using 14 milliliters of resin for these 7 trees, and that costs me about 40 cents of resin per tree. Now I did run out of resin, so I'm going to have to mix up some more. I find these at thrift stores all the time. Some of these are pony beads. Some of these are just like jewelry beads. And I'm going to add a few of these to these Christmas trees. I want it to be kind of random, sort of like your ornaments would be on your Christmas tree. I'm not going to, well, there we go. So I don't really look at them. I'm just going to drop some on, and I think there's enough resin on here that they're going to stick. And some of these are really cute, some of the colors, but I don't want to get too crazy with how many I put on there. Whoopsie. All right, I've mixed up the rest of my liquid stone, and it ends up being 50 milliliters. I'm going to add trunks and little toppers. So I have various sizes of driftwood. I have some shells. I have 2 rocks. And I'm going to figure out which one I want to put. And it's mainly just to see what fits, you know? I'm going to take E6000 and then glue everything down. I'm going to go ahead and add my tree toppers. Every tree has to have a tree topper. I save these for my trees. So whenever I'm working with resin and I'm not really sure how much resin to mix up for my project, I always have an extra little mold. My favorite molds to use are my little sea turtles, the seahorses, and then starfish. I have a star on my tree at home, and sometimes an angel. Some of these need trimming, so I'm going to trim them up, but pick through here. I'm basically doing the same thing with these palm trees. I'm turning these into Florida Christmas trees. We have a lot of palm trees here in Florida, and a lot of people at Christmas, they do decorate their palm trees. It's really cute to drive through the neighborhoods and see these colorful lights on these palm trees. I know I showed you a lot in this video, and I appreciate you sticking with me. I completely forgot to get a picture of the finished product in my art show booth at my last craft show, and I sold out in a 2-day show. I sold every one of these. I hope I've inspired you to give this a try. They're great sellers, they're fun to make, and they're super cute. Thanks again. Please do like and subscribe. Bye, guys. Zola, did I do a good job?